Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to take a look at a small village in the Netherlands that tackled a huge problem, and in the process, they might have just stumbled upon a blueprint for the future of building for all of us.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. An iPhone moment for the construction industry? That sounds like a pretty bold claim, right? But stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to see why that's not an exaggeration at all.
So to really get why this solution is so incredible, we have to start with the problem. And that story begins right here, in the community center of a village called Zalk. This place, it's literally the heart of the whole town.
Yeah, this place isn't just some building. It's the lifeblood of the entire community. You've got over 30 clubs and associations meeting here, sports, music, senior activities. There's even a new childcare center. One resident said it perfectly. A village without its community center, well, it's not really a village. And this vital hub, it was facing a massive threat.
The problem came down to one number, 3,500 euros. That was their energy bill, every single month. That's just completely unsustainable. It was threatening to shut the whole place down for good. Now, the old way to deal with this, you just save energy, right? Which really just means, put on a code, turn down the thermostat, and be uncomfortable. But the people of Zalk, they knew there had to be a better way.
And here's where things get really interesting. The solution wasn't just about slapping some new technology onto the old building. No, it was about a radical, fundamental shift in how they thought about building itself.
They adopted this core concept called net bewust, which basically translates to grid-aware. And this is key. It's not just about making energy. It's about making the building a smart, active participant in the entire energy grid. Think of it like an intelligent system that's constantly juggling generation, storage, and consumption to be as efficient as possible.
And this chart, it shows that shift perfectly. They moved away from the old way, a project mindset, where you just install something and walk away. Instead, they adopted a process mindset. It's always evolving, always improving. They stopped trying to patch up the old, broken systems and just decided to build something new from the ground up. Instead of a bunch of separate products, they built one single integrated platform.
And I love this quote because it gets to the very heart of their philosophy. They use super high-tech stuff, advanced digital design, AI, you name it, but only in the design process. Why? So that the actual stuff they built, the physical parts, could be brilliantly simple, flexible, and low-tech. It's this amazing paradox that makes the whole system so incredibly robust and easy to manage.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But how do you actually make that a reality? Well, they started by giving the building a smart energy heart. See, instead of looking for one single magic bullet solution, they built a whole toolkit of different energy storage systems. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. You've got a thermal battery just for heating the building, a separate heat battery for hot water, for showers and stuff. Then there's a salt battery for stable, long-term storage, perfect for getting through the night, and a graphene battery for super fast responses when you need a quick jolt of power. Each one has its own special job, but they all work together in harmony.
So here's how it all flows together. Step 1, you've got 320 solar panels on the roof generating a ton of electricity. Step 2, any extra power that's not being used right away gets stored in that battery toolkit we just talked about. Step 3, a smart system is constantly figuring out where that energy is needed most and sends it there. And then, the magic part, step 4, the building just regulates itself. There are sensors in every room checking CO2 levels, temperature, even if people are in there, and it automatically creates a perfect healthy climate. Nobody has to touch a thing.
And get this, the whole transformation from a fossil fuel guzzling building to this fully electric digital smart energy hub took just 2.5 years. And what's even crazier, they did it all while the community centers stayed completely open and in use. Just incredible.
All right, so did it work? What did this whole new approach actually achieve? Let's get into the results, because they are, and I'm not exaggerating here, pretty astonishing.
First up, the money, the bottom line. Remember that crippling 3,500 euro monthly energy bill? Well, it didn't just go down, it absolutely plummeted, all the way to just 500 euros. Just like that, the financial future of the most important building in town was secure.
And because they completely disconnected from the gas grid, their fossil fuel saving for heating and hot water is 100%. Zilch, nada, zero. Now this chart really shows you the power of that grid-aware intelligence. If you just stick solar panels on a normal building, you're lucky to use maybe 30% of the power you generate. The rest just gets wasted or pushed back to the grid for pennies. But the Zalk hub, because it's so smart about storing and using its own power, it uses 75% of the solar energy it produces right there on site. That is a huge difference in efficiency.
But beyond all the data and the dollars, maybe the biggest result is the human one. This isn't just about saving money. The system actively guarantees a healthy, comfortable place for everyone. Whether it's the kids in the daycare or the seniors having their meetings, the building is always looking out for them. That's the real win.
So, you might be asking, okay, that's great for one small village in the Netherlands, but why does this matter to the rest of us? Well, the answer is simple, because this was never, ever just about one building.
The vision here is to scale this up. Think bigger. The plan is, by 2026, for this community center to become a virtual power plant, actually helping to stabilize the public grid. It'll be the heart of a whole new local energy co-op. And then, by 2030, the goal is for the entire village of Zalk to be running on these same smart, grid-aware principles.
So what this community center has become is something they call a field lab. It's a living, breathing proof of concept. It shows that this idea isn't some far-off fantasy. It is a real, working, replicable blueprint that any community, any town, or heck, any city can use to build a better future.
And this quote really sums it all up, doesn't it? The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. They didn't get bogged down trying to fix a broken system. They just built a better one.
Which leaves us with one final thought. What happened in Zalk isn't just a cool renovation project. It's a new reality. It's a proven model. So if one small village can figure this out and literally build the future, it really makes you wonder, what's stopping the rest of us?